right away, and I'm in a hurry.
Whoa there, I used taking orders from your kid, but if you'll just back off a little, I'll see what I can do. Wait a minute, Jimmy? Jimmy Barnes, is that you?
Sheriff Martin? I'm sorry, I didn't recognize.
Well, I'll be a purple coat cat. Jump in here, son. You're sure a sight for sore eyes. Grace kept telling me you'd be home for Christmas, but I never thought you'd actually make it. Well, what you been doing all these years? You forget Crossroads, Tennessee was still on the map?
No, sir. I've been really busy.
Busy?
Yeah, you know, making a living and working and taking care of things.
That's unique. Well, it don't really matter anyway. We're just glad you finally come home for a visit. You must have got Grace's Christmas card, huh?
How did you know about that?
Well, I know just about everything Grace Hudson does. Her husband and I were best friends. God rest his soul. Hard to believe he's been gone 30 years. Anyways, I've been helping Grace with all her affairs ever since his homecoming. You know, balancing her checkbook, making sure her bills are paid. Tell you what, that woman is a mess when it comes to money. She don't have much to begin with, and what precious little she does have, she tries to give it away.
I guess some things never change.
I don't know what we're going to do when it comes summer.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm retiring, and my son wants me to come to spend the summer with him in Minnesota.
Can't Mom Hudson take care of herself?
Not hardly. Her age is really beginning to show. I'm worried about her, Jimmy. Last few weeks, she's really been down in the dumps. Doc Howard says she's not eating much neither.
What's wrong with her?
Well, Christmas is always a hard time on her, missing her two boys and all. Thank the Lord, Grace is about to have the best Christmas she's had in a long, long time.
She is?
Sure she is. Because you're here, boy. And you're just the medicine she needs.
Sir, I do need to get my car.
Your car, what am I thinking anyway? Where is it?
It's down there at the end of the ramp, sitting in the median.
That big black Cadillac is yours?
It's my company car.
I'll be. I guess you have been really making a living.
Do you think Jake could give me a tow?
I'm sure he'd be glad to, but I think he's on top of Bear Mountain sledding with his grandkids.
Great.
Tell you what, Jimmy. I'll drop you off at Grace's, then I'll track down Jake myself. Just give me a few hours or so, and I'll leave your car sitting in Grace's driveway as pretty as you please. How's that for service?
Not exactly what I had in mind.
How's that?
Thanks for being so kind.
Jimmy was totally beside himself. He didn't know what to do. Just 30 minutes before, he had everything under control. Now, he found himself knocking on the front door of the Hudson farmhouse, the last place on earth he ever wanted to be, especially at Christmas.
I can't believe this is happening. This place sure is run down.
May I help you?
Debbie!
Jimmy!
Here, let me help you. I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, clumsy me. Oh, you didn't scare me. It's just been so long.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have written or called or something.
That's all right, Jimmy. It's a free country.
What are you doing here?
My mother just dropped me off with some dinner for Mrs. Hudson. Dad just wanted to make sure she had at least one good meal today.
You still with your parents in an old broken down parsonage?
Hey, don't be too rough on the old place. We've really fixed it up.
So, you never left Crossroads?
No?
Well, what do you do here?
I'm Dad's secretary of the church, and I love it. Who's here, Debbie? It's an old friend, Mrs. Hudson. Come and see.
How's she doing, Debbie?
She's okay most of the time. It's just that her memory is starting to...
Well, what's all this commotion going on down here? My lands, can it be?
Hi, Mom.
Oh, Johnny. Oh, Johnny, it's so good to see you. Oh, welcome home, son. Welcome home.
But...
What's wrong, son? Cat got your tongue? You just need some good home cooking. Now come on in the kitchen and I'll fix that. I'm starved too. Oh, it's so good to have you home, Johnny.
But Mom, I'm not Johnny.
You're not hungry? After that long drive home from college? Now that's a good one. Any more things like that and I'll wash your mouth out with soap. Now come on in out of the cold before you... Son, where's your shoes?
I kind of lost them.
Well, get in here on the double before you catch your death of cold. You haven't changed a bit. Still need your old mother to look after you, don't you? Remember that time you and Jimmy took off your shoes in the hayloft and we couldn't find them until 2 years later?
Yeah, I remember. My mom about killed me.
You better believe I was upset. Money don't grow on trees, you know. Now, take off those old money socks and I'll be back in a jiffy. You got plenty of shoes and socks up in your room. Oh, boys will be boys.
What's going on?
That's what I was starting to tell you. She's real confused a lot of the time.
How long has it been like this?
It's been several years now, but it seems to be getting worse.
Can Doc Howard help her?
He just says not to antagonize her. If you try to correct her, she just gets upset.
This is going to be interesting.
Don't let it get to you, Jimmy. She's the same sweet person she's always been. Just a little mixed up sometimes.
A little? She doesn't even know my name.
Oh, yes, she does. Every Wednesday night prayer meeting for the last 10 years, she's announced that same prayer request. Please pray for my Jimmy.
Wonderful.
Jimmy, your coming means a great deal to her. I haven't seen her this excited about anything in years.
I guess time changes things, doesn't it?
I guess so.
You'd never know it looking at this farmhouse. Everything looks exactly the same as it did 20 years ago.
That's one reason I love it here. All those wonderful memories.
Look at these pictures. Does she still get them out every year?
The day after Thanksgiving.
Remember this one? The night all three of us made our debut at church?
How could I forget? You made a dashing Joseph.
And you were a pretty good Mary, too. But as I recall, Johnny was the one who stole the show. Remember that last rehearsal?
Do I remember? My dad nearly had a fit.
No one who was at that famous last rehearsal ever forgot it, even though it had taken place 20 years before. Pastor Green was in charge, and as usual, he was having trouble getting the children's choir to act like little angels.